Welcome to ELF. We are on the year-long theme cycles, and this unit is called Meet a Tree. When we start our adventure into ELF, we look at our outline, and here it is for the front page of ELF for Meet a Tree. A good thing to notice is this little gray box, and it says the suggested use of 2-hour class day. The teacher usually selects an AM or PM slot and gives you a more detailed time frame of that as they come to their schedule and they determine when specials are, etc. So you have a 2-hour window. That's a 2-hour window for you to be at the school. That includes a 15-minute setup, a 15-minute introduction, 4 centers at about 15 to 20 minutes each, although we have found 15 minutes is ideal, a 15-minute conclusion, and time to clean up and put away the materials. Please, when you put away and clean up the materials, put them back into whatever folders they're in and clean up and organize them so that the next ELF session, who's also run by a bunch of volunteers like you, runs smoothly. For our Meet a Tree session, you might want to start with this opening activity. We have a tree in the ELF closet. It's an aspen tree. And you might want to, this one says to bring a sapling in hidden under a cardboard box. Well, we have an actual tree. We couldn't find a sapling. So what you want to do is have that tree outside with one volunteer and have who's ever leading the introduction go to the children as they're all organized on the floor instead of in front of the puppet stage theater, and tell them that you have discovered a marvelous machine in nature that runs by sun power, has an automatic humidifier and thermostat, makes its own food, cleans the air, is strong enough to split a rock, and is beautiful. What could it be? Let the children answer for a moment, and then have your volunteer come in with the tree and use it to help introduce the characteristics and functions of different parts of the tree. There are opening questions to go through after that if you'd like, and we also have a slideshow. It will be found in this envelope. There's a script for K through 2 and a script for 3 and 4. Make sure that you talk to the teacher beforehand to get the password for the computer if you need it, or how to use the smart board. Next thing we have in our introduction and conclusion bin is the puppet show. Here we have it. Ooh, it's kind of a mess. Let's see here. Here we have what's in the puppet show. And here are the puppets, the stars of our show. They are listed. We got the big tree. We got the fir tree. We got the little fir tree. I'm sorry, he's tiny. We got the thunderhead. We got the sunshine. Oh, we got the end. Make sure you all take a bow at the end. And we have a pan in here to make as thunder. You know, you can whack it with your hand to make thunder. And we'll also have a spray bottle in here for rain for this center. But anyway, the puppet show goes on and on about how what a machine a tree is and how it pumps water and how it uses photosynthesis to make its food. So this is always a great activity to start our ELF with. The kids love it. And the ELF Puppet Theater is also in the ELF workroom. Let's see, if they're 3rd and 4th grade, you might want to have them do the puppet show. That's fine. Eventually the puppet show will be on the PTA website right alongside the outline. You could pre-print that and assign kids. If you do choose to have the children do the puppet show, then please keep track of who does what so that kids get an equal opportunity to do the puppet show. Okay, the next thing we have in our introduction bin is a couple books. We always have books. These would be great for while the teacher is waiting to have you set up in the classroom. The teacher could take the children outside into the hallway and read these books, or maybe you just need a little bit of time or questions to be asked. With a slideshow and a puppet show, you really shouldn't need any extra time, but you might. So anyway, here, there's a couple books in there. You could also take a book for the introduction or for the teachers to take the kids to the hall out of any of the centers. We have a timer in here. For ELF, it's kind of easy to lose track of time, especially if you're the outdoor center. We recommend centers run about 15 minutes, as I stated before, and it's kind of hard to keep track of the kids. It's helpful if the teachers divide the kids into the groups because they know who works well together and who doesn't. So ahead of time, you could ask your teacher to make name tags to divide up the kids. Another thing you want to do is check for food allergies, as we always have an ELF snack. This elf is simple this year. We don't have a lot of snacks in mind, but for this you could get tree-shaped fruit snacks or make cookies, etc., etc. As for all elf, we have information on the lids of the bins, and I'm going to go ahead and switch around to the conclusion since I've already showed you the introduction. This conclusion, most conclusions we never have time for, and this one will be no different, but if you have time and you want to do this, there are three activities with this one. One is to form a sharing circle, and another one, as I said, is to read one of the books. But also we have this conclusion activity, and in it are necklaces for the conclusion. Basically what you're going to do is gather the kids in a large circle for this conclusion, and you're going to give each kid a card necklace. You'll have to do a little pre-work to figure out how many kids are in the classroom, and to figure out how many kids. It says 2 to 4 children for the roots, etc. 2 to 4 for the sapwood, 4 to 6 for the outer bark. If you have 30 kids, you'll be able to do the math and figure out. Anyways, what you're going to do is basically build a tree from the center up. The center is the heartwood. One kid will have that necklace on, and you'll have them maybe cross his or her arms. Then you'll build outside from that with the roots. Then you'll go further out with the sapwood, the cambium, the phloem. Those are the circulatory system of the tree. The outer bark. Then you'll have the branches, twigs, leaves, and flowers. Once the kids are all in position, you can ask them to go through their motions. And if you're feeling really brave, you might want to have the child's tree get stuck by a storm. This can all be found right here in the outline. And as the ending, since we're talking about cycles and the circle of life, you can have a seed sprout. This wraps up kind of our introduction and conclusion. It was brief, but I hope you found all the information you need. If you didn't, please email us at mitchellelf@gmail.com. Thank you.